Good evening. Hello, son.
What's up, Pop?
Good. I am Kamau Kujichagulia, and this is On the Case with Kamau Kujichagulia. And
I'm the son, Michael Harmon, and I'm also the co-host of On the Case with Kamau Kujichagulia, the great. What's going on, Pop?
um, it's been an interesting week. We had
What's
some snow,
Definitely.
which is very interesting because we don't get much snow very anymore in this great city of ours, Trenton, New Jersey.
It's going though, and
Yeah,
it's
well,
gonna be,
that's
and it's going to be 60 degrees.
that's how we like to get snow.
Right, right.
Don't mind snow like that. It comes and it goes.
Pop,
Everybody, huh?
do you think the winter is over?
Um, pretty much. I think
I hope so. I hope
pretty
so.
much.
I hope so.
I mean, it's been a tough winter.
I mean, okay.
It's-
La-
hey,
Last
it got cold.
2 weeks,
It got cold. It
it
snowed.
did get cold.
That's
It did
enough.
snow. That's quite enough.
That's enough.
The last few years, winter hasn't been
No, it hasn't.
too great.
It hasn't. Hasn't.
I think all those I think all those deserts growing vegetation
Yeah.
in the Middle East have got something to do with it. This is nuts.
Yeah. Well, whatever it has to do with, I ain't complaining too much.
Nah, me neither.
I don't
Me neither.
care for it that much. So we got some snow in Trenton. Now we're going up to 60 degrees, and what I understand, we had our first murder in Trenton.
Oh, really?
A couple of weeks ago. Um,
I don't know nothing about it.
well, I really don't know anything about it either. I just saw somewhere that we did have our first murder in Trenton.
You
And
know what? I'm gonna keep those statistics from now on. I'll be able to report them
yeah,
weekly on the show.
yeah, we don't like that. We don't like that at all.
Nah,
I don't like it. I don't know about other Trentonians, but we got
no, I'm pretty sure I don't like it either.
we got to do. I think the people in the city of Trenton, we got to we got to find a way, but to do better. But the whole country is like that. I mean, we have one murder in the city, and there are other cities, Philadelphia, Chicago, DC, Miami, Houston, uh, go on and on and on and on, that have multiple murders all the time
Hmm.
in our communities, and we got to we got to
All
do
the time.
better than that. We got to do better than that. But
Yes, indeed.
a lot of it is still because of what is the remainder, the residue of white supremacy, racism.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, let's say it's fact. Black people are schizophrenic. Shit, we black and we live in a white world, so we have to be white too.
Right.
And
Right.
so that makes us as skivvies us.
Because
You
you
know,
definitely have the way you act when you're with home with your family and friends, and then when you go around white people.
right?
And I've always hated that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I've always hated that. Why can't I be who I am?
And you see these young kids, young boys, who at home they'd be like little, I don't know, I don't want to call them little punks.
Mm-hmm.
but they be like all up underneath the mama, and but then they want to get out in the street and they wanna be bad, be like you know
And then don't let that same kid that is a punk in front of his mama, but out in the street, he's tough. Don't let that kid get a gun. That's
no
not a good combination.
no
Not a
no
good combination at all.
you know and it sometimes amazes me when you see these kids who, when you see them out in the street first, and then you go to the house and you see them in the house, he's like, whoa. I mean, but it's cool. It's cool. But I
Mhm.
just try to tell them, you need to stop acting like a damn fool when you get outside the house.
Right,
Shit.
right.
Plus, I, I'm not even talking about, I'm talking about these 18, 19, 20-year-old young men.
Hmm.
They still kids. You know. So, and if you start dealing with 14, 15-year-olds, and they babies up underneath their mommies.
Those are the ones that that are talked about in the newspaper. Those 14, 15, 16-year-old kids, those are the ones shooting each other.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
that's true.
those are the ones shooting each other. I'll never forget when I was in LA, I saw this kid riding on a skateboard with his arm in a cast. And he was a 13, 14-year-old kid. And I was like, hey, brother, you fell off that skateboard. You got right back on it, huh? He was like, man, nah, nigga, I got shot. I was like, oh. And I remember the story of the kids, 3 kids, 2 of them had got murdered, and those are the people that's doing it.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know. Somehow we have to start getting around or over or under or through this the residual effects of slavery, you know, so that we can better take care of who we are, and our ourselves. So I hope that happens
I
soon.
hope so also.
I don't know. I don't know what to do about it. A lot of people talk about education is the key. But I tell you the truth. When I look at education is you should educate yourself. But our system of education is a system
Mhm.
of
BS.
well, BS. Not so much. I'm not thinking about BS. It's a system of what's the word I'm looking for? Ah man, it's like controlling. Um, I don't know. It's a system of taking you and then leading you down this lane to you become systematized. We become systematized in this system. We become more helpful to this system, and
Hmm.
and the system is designed to kill us. So educate this educational system is is conditioned. That's the word I'm looking for. We become
Okay.
conditioned to be good members of the white supremacy system. Because very few of our great leaders have been educated.
Hmm.
They're not usually the educated people.
Right.
Because the educated, you go to college, you spend all that money and everything and time and everything. When you get out, you want what you call a good job, and we don't have good jobs.
Right.
It's the system that has good jobs. You want to get into the corporate world,
Hmm.
and to get into the corporate world, you got to bend yourself and mold yourself into the corporate system. And if you molded and bent into the corporate system, you ain't much help to us.
No.
You know, because you're not with us anymore. So
Right.
education is a two-sided sword.
It's the
You know?
Pythagorean theory. When
Yeah.
was the last time? Hypotenuse. That's what we learn in our education system.
Oh, she had a telehealth session with one of her clients. I've been arguing back and forth with MSK about their health system. You know, so I'm not very happy about that.
Who's MSK?
MSK is Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Hospital.
Oh, out of New York.
Yeah.
That's where we went.
Yeah. Well, that's like you were there. But you know, I've been arguing them about their counselors having counselors and having black counselors. You know, and you know, they're telling me that well, yeah, I'm still dealing with that, Dana. They ain't got no more counselors. Any more black counselors? Yeah. So yeah, I'm still dealing with that. I will continue to deal with it, you know, because it's important. And that's what I was saying. I was saying last week that people want to know what they can do to fight. What you've got to you've got to counter racism wherever you see it, and that's one of the myriad of places that I see it. So I'm countering it. You know, no, you know, y'all doing it, but I'm not going to just let you get away with it because you're wrong. It's racist. You know, so there. But unfortunately, with that that's where I get my treatment too.
So, gotta be nice.
Well, I'm always nice, but you still have to be truthful. You know? And sometimes you can't be both. You can't be nice and be truthful.
Right.
You know, because what they're doing is not nice. Racism, white supremacy is not nice in any stretch of the imagination. So you got to fight it, you know, on their terms.
Yes.
You got to fight it. So that's what I'm doing. So yes, Dana, I'm still dealing with that. You know?
Excuse me.
So, what? Did you just yawn on the show here?
I apologize to our viewers. I apologize. Yes, I did.
See, that's a daddy getting on his son.
This is son backing off.
You know. What else is happening? I was looking around town, and I still see these boat and trucks sitting on our street. And you know what? Why it bothers me so much, Michael?
Why?
It's because there are laws against it. You know? And I down picking up this man from an apartment complex downtown. I don't know if you know where it is. It's Freedom. No, it ain't Freedom. Oh man, what did they used to call the crossing in? The back part of the crossing in. What did they used to call that? Something Tango, not Tango. Maybe it was Tango Square, but something. But anyway, it's down on Hanover, that apartment building, right off of Hanover. And it's I think it is Freedom Home. Anyway, it's a place for seniors and the handicapped. And I was down there picking up brother down there, and I pulled up, and people were saying, "Oh, you better move, you move. They're gonna give you a ticket. They're gonna give you a ticket." Because you know the ticket girls was out there.
Yeah.
So I'm picking somebody up. I'm not parking. I ain't getting out the car. I'm picking up. I don't know what I was talking about first that made me get into this. Do you remember? No.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the trucks. You remember the trucks? I was talking about trucks, but
Yeah.
this is an aside to get back to the trucks. Okay, because it's a law. Okay, that's the point.
It's a law. I got you.
Okay, so I said, okay, well I'll move over here on this side. I and then she come knocking on my window. You can't park here. You can. I said, I'm not parking. I'm just waiting for the guy to come out. Handicapped. Or you can't do it if you get a ticket. So, how you gonna give somebody a ticket for waiting in front of an apartment building for a handicapped person? Does that make sense?
We got these parking people running around this building. No, it makes no sense.
I mean,
None.
I can understand if I was parking, getting out, going upstairs, to get the man, but I'm waiting out front. You know, people are handicapped.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, look, if you want to give me a ticket, then I'll go fight it in court. All right, because it don't make no sense to me. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the point of that was that they want to follow, I don't even know if that's the law, really,
Right.
because it says no parking. And I wasn't parking, I was just standing. But anyway, they had the law that about parking there, but they have these laws about trucks, great big 18-wheeler trucks
Mm-hmm.
parking on our streets.
Mm-hmm. And you got all these overzealous parking attendants out there giving tickets out. How come they not ticketing them?
Right. I mean, it's not like, if I see a truck parked and it stays there for a couple of days, I understand that. But if one of them's been there for at least 6 months, at least 6 months. The other one's been there for at least 3 months. Come
Mm-hmm.
on. They know when they buy these trucks, when they start driving trucks, that they can't park trucks on city streets overnight. They know that.
Yeah.
All right. And cops fly by them every day and they don't enforce the law. So it makes our neighborhood look crummy.
And congested.
Yes. So anyway, that's another thing. Now.
That's another thing.
Yeah. I want to go to tomorrow, the International Criminal Court. No, the International Court of Justice
Mm-hmm.
is going to give a preliminary decision on South Africa's application for calling genocide in Palestine by the Israelis.
Okay.
So I'm really interested in what that's going to be like. I really am, because the International Court of Justice is part of the UN, and the UN is a white supremacist organization.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's why France and England and United States and
Italy.
Russia and China have veto. Huh? How are you going to have a veto in a democratic institution? Obviously, it's not a democratic institution. If one person, one country can say no over the will of 200 other countries.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it is a political organization. So I'm waiting to see whether they will uphold South Africa's claim.
Man, they about to do what everybody been doing. They about to do some more talking. They about to talk for a little bit more.
I don't know. I don't know. Well, that's what
Israel still gonna be bombing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're gonna continue to bomb it regardless. Okay, that's not a question. So, But anyway, I'm interested in what that is. Because right now we're up to almost 30,000 people. 30,000 people dead.
113 days, something like that.
30,000 people dead. 11,000 children.
They said 2 mothers die a day in Gaza.
Mm, 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 mm. The world we live in. Now you know what? Now they'll talk about us killing somebody
Killing
on
each
the
other.
street. And then, oh my Lord, we got to do something. Oh Lord, these niggas are something. I mean, these black folks is something else. Blah 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 blah. And they killing 30,000 people in 113 days. You know what I mean? And Joe Biden says, doesn't matter what they do, I support Israel. Doesn't matter how many people they kill. Doesn't matter how many children they kill. I'm going to support Israel anyway.
And we're obviously the little brother in all this. I mean, how else you can look at it? We're Israel's play toy at this point. There's no other way to look at it, you know. Now people are gonna do some more talking. I'm sick of listening to people talk about this. I'm sick of talking about everything, actually.
You're in the wrong business.
Sick of talking about everything, actually.
Yeah.
No, I'm not really talking about. I guess that's more personal than anything else. Talking and is not doing anything. You need to start doing something.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do.
But that's, they
Another
doing something. They killing a lot of people. They killing
Right.
a lot of people.
Right.
In the Sudan, there are so many people being displaced from their homes. And you get 7 million people that don't have homes anymore. You know, thousands of them being killed. And all this is behind the United States. All this is behind the United States. No, all this is behind the system of white supremacy. Okay, I'm not going to just blame the United States. I'm blaming the system of white supremacy.
Right.
So, if they ever, we got to clean up that system. We got to clean the system out. And, of course, it's been killing millions for centuries. And as you can see, it's continuing to kill millions more.
Yep.
So it's the system. As Mr. Newly Fuller likes to say, that it's the worst system the universe has ever known. Most deadly system the universe has ever known, and it is.
And if you don't understand the system of white supremacy and how it works and operates, everything else will just confuse you.
Will only confuse you. And that's true. We got some confused motherfuckers. Most of the time I'm confused. See? Most of the time I be finding new stuff and I say, wow. Wow. That's deep, because they heavy. They heavy in their stuff. They got it. It's down pat. Let me tell you right now, it's down pat. That's why but I look at the Chinese. That's my my shining star.
Okay.
Chinese, but they got a while to go too before they can actually do something to break up this system. But they're as close to anyone to breaking up the system of white supremacy.
Right.
They're close, but they still have a few more years. Now, whether or not this system will destroy them in some way or other, before that time, I can just hold my breath. I'm holding my breath on that, hoping that, because right now everything that's going on is geared towards China.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the system of white supremacy coming down on China. I mean, like they have the propaganda machine is making us here in America, black people in America, not just black people, but white people also here in America, look at China and say, oh, they're horrible. They're horrible. They're doing horrible things in Africa. They're doing blah, 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 blah. And I'm saying, whoa, be cool. But that's the system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you talk about most black people can't stand the Chinese and what they're doing in Africa. One of the things is we don't have any Chinese cars. Chinese cars are half the price of ours and twice as good.
If they were sold in America, they would be triple the price.
That's because America would have tariffs on them. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's not the Chinese fault. That's America's fault. That's the system of white supremacy's fault. That's how they beat us up and they beat them up.
Yeah.
So but we don't have any cars. And right now, China is the largest exporter of cars in the world. They overtook the Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we don't have no Chinese car company?
None. Imagine that. You can get an electric vehicle, a Chinese electric vehicle, for about 15 grand.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they work in the winter though?
It gets cold in China.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about electric cars. What happens if you own an apartment? If you live in an apartment complex.
I know some apartment complexes have them installed, like if they have a garage in the building, some complexes have them installed in the building.
Okay.
But I don't really know.
Okay. I don't know. I was thinking about that. I mean, we have a lot of people in this country who have apartments.
Mm-hmm.
So an electric vehicle wouldn't be good for them.
Did you see how those electric vehicles, stopped when it froze? They just
That's propaganda. Don't worry about that shit. Don't worry.
not really.
You know what I mean? They don't. That's the oil companies. That's the system of white supremacy saying, look, we want to get your money. We still want to get your money. Don't worry about that shit.
Right.
Technology always moves forward. Always moves forward.
Right.
And those who were there don't want to be replaced. So don't worry about that. You know what I mean?
I never even thought about that.
Yeah. What?
That it was propaganda saying that.
Hey, if you don't understand the system of white supremacy racism,
didn't even think about it.
That's what I say. That's what I'm saying. They got shit coming at you this way, that way, whoop, coming at you always, bro.
Right,
always.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's I'm serious. I say damn near every day. I say, wow, really? Yeah, I found out something new about them. Oh, Dana, I guess she was talking about the plugging up an electric car. She said she doesn't have them where they live at. I know. I don't know what to make about that. I don't know what's gonna happen there. Anyway, I don't feel well. I have to go fight MSK some more. Lord. And you know what, son? I'm tired of fighting. I really am.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it. I know. I'm just tired. But you got to do what you got to do. I say, sometimes I just lay back and I say, oh, the hell with it. And then I say what? You said what to me? Are you acting on mine? I'll be right back in the fray.
Get right back in the fight, right?
Right back in the fray. I'll be ready to go. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here because I am tired. Okay.
All right.
Um, see you next Thursday. We want to thank everybody for listening in. I want to thank you, Son, and Sean, and Al, and Temple, and everybody. You shush. Okay.
I got you.
We love you all. Oh man, I got to take us out, don't I?
Love y'all. Have a
Wait a minute.
good night.
Hold
Good ending into the week. We are on the case at Kamau Kujichagulia. We love you, Trenton. Peace.
And we'll see you next Thursday at 8 p.m. Good night.